I told Edith we could drive with the windows open until the smoke dissipated, but she wasn't buying it. I told you, I'm putting on my mask now. Edith pulled out a mask and put it over her face. I sat staring straight ahead, fingers dug into the steering wheel, teeth clenched, pointing Big Red through the sleet on the freeway. And we literally drove for 15 minutes in the cold and the sleet with the windows wide open. Don fidgeted in the back. Edna seemed dangerously quiet. I spat out, the smoke is gone now, Edith, and closed the windows. For a minute or two, she seemed to accept this. Then all of a sudden she blurted, "Do you have any idea how hot it is under this mask?" I stared straight ahead, hands tightly on the wheel, biting my lip. "No, I do not, Edith." "Well, it's hot under a mask like this." "Well, take it off," I suggested as politely as I could muster. To my amazement, Edith did just that. And for a brief moment, a very, very brief moment, I thought maybe she would fall asleep, or at least calm down. Until, "That was a long way to go for dinner, and it wasn't that good either, if you ask me." It took all the strength in my being not to tell her that no one had asked. But Edith continued, "And I asked the waitress for some tender chicken tenders, but did she bring me tender chicken tenders? No. They were crunchy. I couldn't eat them. All I had was mashed potatoes and gravy because I got no teeth." The rest of us sat in awe of Edith's mastery of bitching. At least Don and I did. I have no idea what was going through Edna's mind. I again thought of my Aunt Edith. Perhaps on 4 more occasions we heard, "That was a long way to go for dinner. And it wasn't that good either, if you ask me." I was obsessed with getting people home and decided to reward Edna and Don for their patience by dropping them off before Edith. But before I could do that, Edith had a new mantra, reading the distance signs, which ironically was a bit comforting to me driving a strange vehicle in foul weather. 30 miles to Columbus, Edith would announce. "Columbus, 19 miles, she informed. Only 5 miles to Columbus." By now it was almost 8 p.m. and dark. Finally, and I mean finally, I got Edna and Don home. Edith calmed down a little after that. I really did understand her anguish about Don smoking. Still, I did not need to hear how it was too far to go for dinner, and it wasn't worth it if he asked her 3 more times. So I pulled Big Red as close to Edith's apartment as I could. The sleet had subsided a little. I helped her out of the van and handed her her walker. I watched as she slowly made her way towards her door, a little stooped but determined, a cantankerous case of dynamite old lady. But when she got about 2/3 of the way to her home, Edith turned toward me and with a wide, toothless smile said, "Thanks, son. It was a wonderful evening." Epilogue. People are complex sometimes, especially seniors. There was always something new to learn, whether it's a good thing or not, whether you want to learn it or not. A couple days later, Edith and Edna got into a conflict on a long trip, almost to Cincinnati. Hopefully, for all passengers' sake, it was good because that is a long way to go for lunch. Apparently, on the drive down, Edith sat next to Edna and asked her to move her big purse. "I don't have enough room." Edna refused, and for some unknown reason, they again sat beside each other for the drive home. And again, Edith asked Edna to move her damn big purse. Edna responded by punching Edith right in the face. Stan had to stop the bus and separate them. So I guess Don was right. Edna was going to explode. It just took her a while. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. We're going to do one more song and then go home and drink some beer. I'd like to thank Dr. John Bennett and Elisa Philips for joining us. And the website is nakedsunfish.com, www.nakedsunfish.com. And I think you'd like it. We have a little bit of everything. We're all over the place, basically. blue. People shuffle in their feet